Ever wonder how some of Sri Lanka's biggest companies just seem to win all the time? Well, it's not always about flashy ads or the lowest prices. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the two powerful, almost secret strategies they use to build loyalty so strong that customers and employees simply refuse to leave. Okay, let's just start with a question that should honestly keep every single business owner up at night. Why on earth are we spending 5 times more money chasing down new customers than we do just keeping the ones who've already chosen us? It's a huge, expensive problem that's hiding in plain sight. And this chart really lays out the brutal math. Look at this. To get a brand new customer in the door, you might spend around 15,000 rupees. But to keep an existing customer happy, maybe 2,000. That's a massive difference. And yet, where do most marketing budgets go? Straight into that big, expensive acquisition bucket. It doesn't make financial sense. And this leads us to what I think is the perfect metaphor. Most businesses are operating like they're trying to fill a leaky bucket. You're pouring all this expensive water, new customers, in the top, while they're just draining out the bottom. You're working like crazy just to stay level. Meanwhile, your competitors who've figured out how to plug those leaks, they're not filling buckets. They're building dynasties. Here's exactly what that looks like side by side. You've got business A, the typical approach. They're on a treadmill, spending a ton to get new customers, but losing a huge chunk of them every month. But look at business B. They spend a little on acquisition and a little on retention. They don't lose people. So by year 2, their growth isn't just adding up, it's compounding. It's exponential. While business A is still just trying to replace the customers they lost last month. So how do you plug the leaks? How do you get off that treadmill and start building something that lasts? Well, the great news is there's a proven playbook for this. It's what giants like Dialog, HMB, and Cargill's are doing right now to dominate their industries. And you know what? It's not about having a bigger budget. It's about having a smarter strategy. And here they are, the twin secrets. It's this simple. Secret number 1 is relationship marketing. You just shift your main focus from chasing new sales to taking amazing care of the customers you already have. And secret number 2 is internal marketing. This is the big one. Realizing that your employees are your first customers. If they're not happy, if they're not engaged, there's no way your external customers will be. All right, let's dig into that first secret, relationship marketing. I want you to think about this like a ladder. There are 5 levels, 5 rungs. Most businesses, you'll be surprised, are stuck way down on the first rung. The real sustainable success, that happens way up at the top. But before we start climbing, let's make sure we're on the same page. What is relationship marketing? It's really just a strategic decision. You decide to focus your energy on keeping and delighting the customers you already have instead of constantly burning cash to find new ones. You could say it's the difference between being a hunter and being a farmer. So here's that ladder. Level 1, basic, is where something like 60% of businesses live. You make a sale, and you're gone. Level 2, reactive, is a step up. You've got a customer service line if they call you. Level 3, accountable, is where you actually start building something. You call them to check in. Level 4, proactive, is where it gets really good. You start anticipating what they need before they even ask. And then there's level 5, partnership. And Cargill's relationship with its farmers is the absolute perfect example of a level 5 partnership. This isn't charity, it's brilliant business. Cargill's invests in their farmers, better prices, training, you name it. And what did they get in return? An ironclad, reliable supply chain and loyalty that money can't buy. It's true mutual success. And here's the proof, a 98% annual retention rate with their farmers. Just let that sink in for a second. 98%. That means even when a competitor shows up during a shortage and offers more cash, these farmers stay with Cargill's. That's the power of partnership. That number is practically unheard of. Okay, let's move on to that second, equally crucial secret. Because here's the thing. You simply cannot have a level 5 relationship with your customers on the outside if you're running a level 1 relationship with your employees on the inside. It all starts at home, with your own team. So what is internal marketing, really? It's a mindset shift. It's treating your employees like they are your most valuable customers. You invest in them, you train them, you listen to them, and you create a culture where they feel seen and appreciated. Why? Because a genuinely happy, engaged employee will create a genuinely happy, loyal customer. It's a natural chain reaction. And if you want to see a masterclass in this, look no further than H&B. Their employee satisfaction rating is a massive 4.4 out of 5. Now look at the industry average, 3.2. They are just blowing the competition away. And you have to understand, this doesn't happen by accident. This is the result of a deliberate, long-term strategy. And this isn't just some fluffy, feel-good metric. This translates into cold, hard cash. Because their employees are so much happier and stay so much longer. H&B saves over 524 million rupees a year compared to their competitors. Every single year. That's a staggering financial advantage built purely on treating their people right. So how do they pull it off? It really comes down to 3 core pillars. First, they invest heavily in training, a full 8 weeks for new hires when the industry average is just 2. Second, they have meaningful recognition programs, including awards that are nominated by customers. How cool is that? And third, they offer real, clear career paths. 78% of their managers are promoted from within. They're playing the long game with their team. And this right here shows you exactly why all of that matters. On the left, you've got the disengaged employee. To them, a customer's problem is an annoyance. Not my problem. But on the right, you have the engaged H&B employee. They see that same problem as an opportunity. Let me solve this for you. The customer feels that difference instantly, and that's the moment they decide whether to leave forever or become a fan for life.
Okay, I know this all sounds great, but you're probably thinking, how do I actually do any of this? The best part is you don't need a massive new budget to get started. So let's break this down into a super simple, actionable plan you can start on, like, tomorrow.
Look at week 1. This is all about quick wins. For your customers, just look at your last 50 sales and come up with a simple follow-up call script. For your team, put together a quick anonymous survey. That's it. By the end of 1 week, you'll have real data, and you can pick just one thing from that survey to implement. That alone shows your team you're listening, and that's huge. Now, before you rush off and start, we need to talk about the traps. There are 3 fatal mistakes people make when they try to do this, and they can completely derail all of your hard work. So let's make sure you avoid them. Mistake number 1, and this is the biggest one by far. Please do not confuse discounts with loyalty. Giving someone 10% off isn't building a relationship, it's just a transaction. A customer who comes to you for a discount will leave you for a bigger discount. Real loyalty is emotional. It's built on trust and feeling valued. The second mistake is treating internal marketing like a one-off event. A yearly bonus or one team pizza party. That stuff is nice, but it doesn't build culture. Culture is built in the small, consistent, daily actions. Regular feedback, ongoing recognition, clear communication. It has to be a continuous effort. And finally, mistake number 3 is expecting this to work overnight. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Yes, you will see some positive changes early on, but the real jaw-dropping exponential growth, that compounding magic we talked about, that really kicks in during year 2 and beyond. You have to see this as a long-term investment in the very foundation of your business. So, at the end of the day, it all boils down to this one simple but powerful question. Take a hard look at your business, your budget, your daily schedule, your priorities. Are you building a business based on short-term transactions, or are you truly building it on people, both your customers and your employees? Because your answer to that question will determine whether you're stuck filling a leaky bucket forever, or you're on your way to building a